please tell us about your upbringing in the Central District.
In the Central District, that was a time where, while we still had what they call income inequality now, we had different socioeconomic levels. My parents were just working class folks, as you described, an African-American father who was actually a construction lineman, an apprentice lineman who moved into management at a time where African-Americans were getting new opportunities in management. And my mother actually worked for the Fax newspaper, and both did not have the opportunity to attend college. And so they sort of drilled in me the need to go to college and further one's education. But in our neighborhood, we had a retired vet, a military veteran. We had teachers, we had janitors, we had people that were of more limited means, but they all could live in the same neighborhood. And I think one of the tragedies we talk about now, particularly in political circles, is the income inequality and the sort of new creation of a subclass of both wealth and poverty. And one thing that dominates Seattle that we did not have then growing up was, a person that's worth 186 billion on one end of the spectrum, like a Jeff Bezos, and a subclass of poor people where they might have been somewhat disadvantaged, but now they're housing insecure or homeless. And that could be a teacher, it could be a mail carrier, it could be a food service worker. So this concerns me, and I know it concerns the mission of the Y to make sure that people have a pathway to success and opportunity, and that we find people's gifts while they are young to nurture those gifts such that they can be self-sustaining. But I have very fond memories of growing up in the Central District, very fond, and there were challenges too. Some of the issues that we deal with the police department now, people think, well, you've made it, you and your wife and your family are successful. They have no idea that even some of the police shootings and the police brutality, they weren't millions of miles away. They were in our neighborhood. I remember walking to a person who was killed by the name of Larry Ward, literally going to where he was shot and looking at the bullet holes. And so, as we talk about API Heritage Month, one of the things I will talk about is with the anti-Asian violence that we're seeing. I'll take a walk through history, because it's deja vu all over again, that we could see periods in our local history and our national history where we've seen these outbreaks of violence and hate. And I think it's good for our young generation to know that while tragic, yes, while unconscionable, yes, new, no. And so we could talk a little bit about that as this discussion unfolds.